Welcome everybody to part 2 of today's episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds here with AFC Rushden Diamonds. Yeah, we are taking on Vanarama National League South Hungerford in the FA Trophy, and they are second in the Vanarama National League South, so they are a good team on good form, used to winning, and they've got home advantage. This could be a harder game than you think. And I really don't want to go 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because we won our last game at home against Yeovil. It was a really, really good performance. I did change formation again. I have used, I think, 4 different formations this season, just trying to find something that worked. With our poor performance in the previous game against Dagenham and Redbridge, I thought, that's it, I can't continue with the 4-2-4. We're just far too open. We're not good enough at the back. I switched to this 5-3-2 formation with wing backs. Ozonwafor and Gibbons came in as the fullbacks. They're naturally able to play those positions. And you can see from the stats, we had more shots, more on target, better XG, much better possession. We kept the ball really well. We went back to a possession style of play, which I think makes sense because we've tried to build the squad based on that. Gibbs and Sheaf played in midfield, 2 very technical players who are not really about defending. Gibbs played as a deep line playmaker, Sheaf as a central midfielder on attack, and with Ozonwafor, who is very technical and not very defensive as well, it just made sense to concentrate on the possession side of things. George Lloyd got both the goals, which was really, really pleasing, assisted by Ozonwafor and then Hardy. Let's just take a quick look at those goals. And you can see, hopefully, this is the start of George Lloyd hitting some really good form. So the first goal, Ozonwafor getting the cross in with his good dribbling and crossing ability. A little bit of luck as it came back off the post, and George Lloyd with an open goal. And then late on in the day, Roberts off the bench gets Hardy in, it finds its way to Lloyd, and in the end a comfortable 2-0 win. Really, really pleased. We get our first clean sheet since the opening day of the season. It might not have been a huge number of shots, but we did outperform Yeovil on the day, and so I want to try and be positive and hope that this formation can work for us defensively, keeping us solid. What I like is if we play against 2 strikers, we've got the 3 defenders there to deal with them. If we play against 3 strikers, the wing backs can help out defensively, and then we've got a 3-on-1 at the back against their striker. We are forcing the play inside as well. I can always knock Cornish back into this area here if we ever play against for example, a 4-3-2-1 or a 4-3-1-2. We can bring Cornish back in here to help out as well. So it's a flexible formation. Yes, we're losing the bit on the wings, but the fact that we're forcing play inside and that we've got those wing backs, hopefully can resolve all of those issues. So I think it's a formation that can suit us. We're going to see how it goes. I am going to stick with it today against Hungerford. Now I've got to decide if I want to make any changes here, because we are playing against Chesterfield away in the league. Not Chesterfield, sorry, against Cheltenham away in the league in just 3 days' time. So there are a few players here that I think if I play them, they are not going to be fit for the next game. So I think I'm going to bring Isaac Smith out and perhaps bring in our captain George Ray. And do I maybe want to make a change for McAvoy or Staunton? Staunton is our best defender. He's very tired. I think I'm going to... Well, he's not very tired, but he's going to be if I play him in this game, I think. So I'm going to bring Gallagher Allison in at the back, give him another game. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Ozonwafor on the bench. Fortunately, we've got those 2 extra subs for this game. And I'm going to bring in Magasuba. Magasuba will get his second appearance. Again, he can play that complete wing-back role very, very well. So, Yeah, I like that there. I think I've got to look at what happens with Gibbons. Maybe Staunton can come in for Gibbons as the game goes on, because Gibbons, I think, is going to be tired if I play him as well for the next game. Liam Gibbs, I am going to take out and bring in Roberts. I think Roberts is a really, really good prospect. It's a good game for him to get some time here. And I think I might also just leave out Cornish. Do I want to? Who else do I want on the bench? Do I want another attacking player? I think I really want Cornish for Cheltenham. So I'm going to put Cornish on the bench, and I'm just going to bring in Crowsdale into that position. So I'm just going to leave the change at that. We've got Sheaf there that might need a rest later. Joe Hardy is probably going to need a rest. Do I change him up? Yeah, I'm going to bring James Price in as well. Bring James Price in as the pressing forward. So I am making a few changes, maybe a little bit more than I would ideally like to, but I think it's important to just make sure that we're good to go for Cheltenham. I think I'm going to leave Liam Gibbs out altogether, and I'm going to have Zidane Iqbal on the bench as well. I really want to try and just balance the amount of games everybody's playing. Yes, I want to go through in the FA Trophy. Being out of the FA Cup and having failed in that competition, I don't want to fail in this competition as well. The board, I think, are expecting a 5th round performance in the FA Trophy. I think if we do badly in both trophies, the FA Cup and the FA Trophy, and then we don't achieve a top half finish in the league, it might be very, very difficult to get a new contract for next season. So I've got to try and be balanced. I know I've made a few changes here now, but I've got to try and be balanced. I do think that's still a strong team. We've been on a good run lately. I mean, we're only 1 defeat in the last 6 now. So little by little, we're possibly putting a little bit of a run together. I'm just going to ask our wing backs to mark their attacking forwards, or their attacking wingers, and then that leaves our 3 centre backs dealing with their striker and their number 10, which they should be able to do. I'm going to start off. I'm going to keep the same tactics as the last game against Yeovil. I'm going to start off playing out of defence, and we're going to see how that goes. We're playing out of defence and distributing to our playmaker in midfield. See what happens, but they are straight in and ahead early. Last week we did train in on defending set pieces. We've got loads of players back. We don't compete at all, and we're 1-0 down. It was 3-on-2 at the back post there. I'm going to go to an attacking mentality, and they have started really strongly. We have got to get a grip on this game now. They also have more possession, which is very disappointing. As I say, I'm sure they're a good team, being second in the Vanarama South, but at the end of the day, we've already lost to a lower league team in the FA Cup this season. I do not want to go out of both competitions at the first attempt. And George Ray has absolutely fluffed it. Oh man, what do I do? What do I do? It just seems like nothing at all works. George Ray, the captain, absolutely abysmal. Let's stop playing out of defence. Let's play a bit quicker and be more expressive. Oh my goodness. What on earth can we do here? I've got to berate the players. It's been a really poor start to the game, hasn't it? This is absolutely awful. What do I change here? Let's, I mean, we've got a high defensive line as it is. We can press a little bit more. I don't know really what else there is to do. But we have been abysmal. An absolute nightmare of a performance so far. Just the one shot on target. And now they get another highlight. We are being played off the park by a lower league team. And once again, there is no competition on the header. This is an awful, awful performance. We have not had one highlight in our favour. And do I change formation for the second half is the question. Do I change formation again as Price gets in? And James Price has got us back in it. Is that? No, it's offside. I guess you could have predicted it, couldn't you? Just absolutely nothing going for us right now. Oh man. What do we do to turn this around? I have got to be throwing a water bottle. Ah, the players do not react well to that at all. We're kind of turning it around now, but what on earth do I change here? I mean, this is absolutely horrific. We're going to shoot on sight. We're going to play more direct, and we're going to go in to the strikers, distribute to the strikers, distribute quickly. What else can we do to save this? I mean, we haven't got a good performance in the team, have we? We've got Zidane Iqbal could come in as the deep line playmaker. Roberts has been poor. Sheaf has been poor, but we really need something from him. And he's been booked as well. We want him fit for the next game. I think I'm going to give him 10 minutes, but maybe Zidane Iqbal could come in as a number 10 or Thomas Hughes. Just look to overload there. This is absolutely awful. Can we get a decent start in the second half? We can't. Let's make some changes here as we approach the hour. It didn't pause there, and they've now got a free kick. If this goes in, it's game over. Off the bar. Magasuba lucky not to get sent off there for that foul. And it is now in. And we have had another disastrous performance. Let's just try and think about fitness for the next game here. Going to bring in Zidane Iqbal. Make him an attacking... I really want him as an attacking playmaker. Oh, man. I really don't know what to say. We get one good performance, and then the next game's like this. I'm just going to absolutely go for it. Ah. Let's play through the middle. I really just don't know. Every formation that we play, we are struggling. I've changed personnel, I've changed formation, I've tried to tweak things. When it seems like we get something that's working, the next game is a disaster. I really feel like I'm in one of these loops that Football Manager gives you. If you haven't got everything right, where you can kind of see the end coming. Unless we now have an amazing performance in the league for the rest of the season, I think this might be where this save ends. I think it might be this season and done. What an abysmal performance we have had here. Magasuba playing a really poor game, loses it there. George Lloyd, he's got us one back. That's now 4 in his last 3 games. which I guess is a positive. Demand more from the players. If we can get one back straight away here, then maybe it's game on for the last 10 minutes. But there you go. Even with 3 centre-backs, we cannot keep the ball out. I mean, it's just a simple long ball straight down the middle. Higgs gets between 2 of the 3 centre-backs completely free. And we've been humiliated. Maybe another chance for them now. They're winning everything in the air. Even our tall defenders are not winning anything in the air. And it is now total humiliation. Oh my goodness. 5-1. Oh man. Oh dear, I hate this. Ah. Well, what can you say? Where do we go from here? At this point, I do not know where this season goes. It looks like over the last couple of seasons, it looks like my recruitment has got us in a place where we just don't have a system that suits this group of players. It's now all about the league. I guess the positive is that fixture congestion is going to be less of a problem. But where on earth do I go from here? I feel like I've got to stick with this 5-3-2, even though we've just been completely humiliated. I feel like I've got no other choice. With the other formations that we've played have not been good enough. Oh man. Well, what can you say? I mean, we weren't just beaten. We were played off the park. I mean, that is a sackable offence, really, isn't it? To go out of both cups to non-league opposition. That is very, very problematic. And if we look at the schedule, I mean, we are on a bit of a horrific run now. Cheltenham away, Kings Lynn, who are going very well at home, Bromley away, which is a tough game, Barnet at home, Scunthorpe going very well towards the top away, Stockport, who are up at the top of the league, Chesterfield away, who are up at the top of the league. I think by the end of January, we are going to have an idea of if this season is savable or not. I think what we might do is come back for perhaps Stockport at home or Chesterfield away. So we'll hit this tough run here, and by the time you guys come back, you will know if we are looking at a savable season or not, or if we might be ending up out of a job at the end of this season. We're going to keep it real. This is a real Football Manager save. There are a lot of Football Manager YouTube saves where the guys playing them are just shooting through the leagues and you pretty much know how they're going to do each season. I think we're looking at reality here. This is a real life Football Manager save now. This is what can happen. Let's see how the next few games go. I will be back towards the end of January. It might be Stockport, it might be Chesterfield. I'll be back towards the end of January and we'll see if this is a savable season or not. If we can have, I've got no confidence right now, but if we can have a good run through these games here, that could turn our season around, and it would take a good league season, I think, at this point to convince the board to give us another contract for next season. So, oh man, how has this all gone this way? I will see you guys for the next episode. Yeah, let's see if there is going to be a season 7 of Dog Turds into Diamonds or if there isn't. I will see you for the next episode. If you've enjoyed this disaster, drop a like on the video. If you've got any ideas of how to save this, put something in the comments. And yeah, we'll be back very soon. Thanks for being with us. See you again for more Dog Turds into Diamonds.